Amazon prints money. Every second, Amazon makes about $5,000. That's $5,000 while you were scratching your head or blinking too slow. It's not a company anymore. It's a vending machine for the entire planet that never sleeps. Somebody just clicked "Buy now," and a warehouse robot sprinted off to get it. The machine is always moving, even when you're not. There are countries whose total market value is smaller than Amazon's snack budget. It doesn't matter what time it is. Somebody just bought 6 spatulas and a box of socks in 1 second. Life resets. 4 babies just screamed their way into the world, and 2 people took their final breath. Basic math of being alive. A constant balance between beginnings and endings. Someone's becoming a parent. Someone's getting a phone call they'll never forget. Life is this conveyor belt of crying, hoping, working, aging, and eventually, silence. And somewhere, right now, the population meter is nudging forward. Space rips open. Every second, the universe gets a little bigger. Galaxies are slowly drifting apart like exes who stopped texting. You don't feel it, and neither does your dog. But the very fabric of reality is stretching. This isn't galaxies moving through space. Space itself is expanding, dragging everything along for the ride. Light gets stretched, stars drift, and one day, distant galaxies will disappear from our view forever. So while you were scrolling through memes, the distance between you and the Andromeda galaxy got slightly worse. Time freezes. In the time it takes you to finish this sentence, someone flying on a plane just aged a tiny bit slower than you. Why? Because Einstein said so. Time is not a constant. Time bends and shifts, depending on speed and gravity. Move fast enough or sit next to something massive and time taps the brakes. On the International Space Station, astronauts literally experience time at a different pace. It's called time dilation. So while you're stuck in traffic, you're aging faster than the pilot cruising at 600 miles per hour above you. Earth's core boils. The center of the Earth is throwing the biggest tantrum in the solar system. It's been doing it non-stop for 4.5 billion years. The core is a metal pressure cooker, hotter than the surface of the sun, just sitting there under your feet like it's not a big deal. Every second, molten iron churns and spins, generating the magnetic field that stops solar radiation from cooking us like rotisserie chickens. Without it, GPS wouldn't work, birds couldn't migrate, and we'd all need SPF 1000. Twitter explodes. 8,000 tweets get launched into the void every second. That's 8,000 bursts of thought, thirst traps, breaking news, and conspiracy theories all at once. It's not a conversation, it's a riot. Twitter, or X, is basically the world's brain on caffeine, and every second it screams louder. Some tweets go viral. Most disappear faster than you can read them. In that 1 second, someone got canceled or announced a pregnancy. The app doesn't care if it's 3 a.m. or a Sunday dinner. It's always buzzing. And the best part? Half of it is bots. The ocean vanishes. The Earth is casually vanishing 1,500 tons of water into thin air every single second. It's like the planet is doing a magic trick no one asked for. Oceans, lakes, rivers, all quietly losing water molecules that rise into the sky and start plotting the next storm. That invisible steam becomes clouds, which later turns into rain, which later ruins your picnic. It's the foundation of weather, hurricanes, and every awkward small talk conversation. And the wild part? You can't even see it. You're surrounded by evaporation constantly, but most of the time you're too busy sweating to notice. A star dies. Right now, somewhere way out in the cosmic sticks, a star just couldn't take it anymore and blew itself to pieces. This isn't your average fireworks show. It's called a supernova, and it's violent. It unleashes more energy in a single second than our sun will manage in its entire 10 billion year career. That's like burning every fossil fuel on Earth at once and still coming up short. The shockwave can birth new stars, warp time, and leave behind a black hole, which is nature's version of cleaning up the mess. But here's the kicker. We don't even notice it. It happens so far away that by the time the light reaches Earth, the explosion is ancient history. So yeah, while you were picking what snack to eat, the universe casually turned a star into a cosmic crime scene. The internet bursts. About 1 million gigabytes of data zip across the internet in a single second. Videos, memes, weird fan fiction, and cat photos flying through servers like digital confetti. It's the global brain doing its thing. This isn't just people checking their feeds, it's bots scanning websites, banks transferring money, satellites beaming signals, and corporations tracking your every click. There is more traffic online than the streets of New York during rush hour. Somewhere, a fridge is updating itself while your Zoom call still lags. Power is unleashed. Engines fire, volcanoes rumble, phones heat up, and light bulbs glow all in the same second. Energy is being released from everywhere in every form. Your microwave zapped a burrito, a jet took off, and a coal plant burned a chunk of the past to keep the lights on. Somewhere, steam turned a turbine. Somewhere else, a phone battery dropped 1%. Energy is what turns existence from silent to spectacular. Every second, there's enough energy to power a small country. Light breaks reality. In 1 second, light travels 186,000 miles. That's 7.5 laps around the entire Earth, faster than your internet loads a cat video. A single photon, which is basically the universe's smallest delivery boy, can zip from New York to Tokyo and back over 37 times. It's why we measure cosmic distances in light years, because regular miles cannot keep up. It's the fastest thing in existence, period. And while it's doing laps around the globe, it's also bringing you every sunrise, star, and sad fluorescent ceiling light. So next time you turn on a lamp, just know that you're unleashing a stream of particles that could circle the planet before your brain even registers it. Animals communicate. At this second, thousands of animals are talking. Not with words, but with whistles, rumbles, clicks, chirps, scent trails, or body slams. Elephants send low-frequency messages that travel for miles. Bees dance. Whales drop bass-heavy mixtapes in the deep sea. Even ants have chemical gossip. And in the second it took you to blink, some bird just warned its squad about a nearby cat. Communication isn't something only human can do. Whole conversations happen while we're busy assuming the forest is peaceful. Wall Street spins. Thousands of microtransactions happen. Tiny blips of money flying back and forth like a high-stakes video game for billionaires and machines. And here's the fun part. It's mostly not humans. It's algorithms doing 90% of the buying, selling, and panic. Programs execute trades in milliseconds based on signals you'll never see. Someone's yacht just paid for itself. You teleport. In 1 second, the planet just spun you about 0.3 miles through space, and you didn't feel a thing. Earth is rotating at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, which means you're basically strapped to a giant cosmic merry-go-round that never stops. Every second, you're twirling through space like a drunk ballerina pretending everything's stable. So maybe the next time you trip over your own foot, blame the planet. A tree breathes. Right now, some tree just exhaled, and you're breathing it in. You probably didn't notice, but a leaf somewhere just turned sunlight, water, and air into the stuff you need to stay conscious. That's photosynthesis. Trees, algae, plants, they're not just decoration, they're factories, turning carbon dioxide into oxygen like it's no big deal. In a single second, enough oxygen is produced to keep thousands of people breathing. It's the most important exchange on Earth, and we treat it like background noise. Without plants, you'd pass out before your next notification buzzed. Yet we bulldoze forests, spray chemicals, and act like air is free forever. Earth gets zapped. Every second, about 100 lightning bolts crash into Earth. Somewhere right now, the sky just screamed and stabbed the ground with raw electricity. Some strikes hit trees, light up deserts, and fry power lines like overcooked spaghetti. Lightning is basically nature rage quitting the weather, dumping over 1 billion volts into the planet because it's had enough. And while it's quick, it's not quiet. Each strike superheats the air to 30,000 Kelvin, which is hotter than the surface of the sun.